Hey everyone, welcome back to the final video in the software development process series that I've created for you. This is going to actually take a look at this final process in our software development process that I use as, I call my modified Kemp waterfall process, and that's test the program. And now to test the program, we've got to test for two different things. We've got to test for syntax errors and we've got to test for logical errors. Syntax errors are easy because what happens in the programming language that we're working in, if we have a syntax error, say for example, I want to not do a quote right here. When I run the program, I'm going to get an invalid syntax error. That's great because these fourth generations, these current generations of programming languages that we do, they actually will tell us that we have a syntax error. And the other great thing is that to know that you have a syntax error is that your program just won't run. Now, what happens if I have a logical error? And a logical error is when you get an output, but it's not the expected output. So what that means is, yes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save it, is that I put in 6 and now I get 42 square units. Well, how do I know if that 42 square units is the actual answer? Because I got an answer, but I don't know what the answer should be. So that's where we come into what is known as a desk check. And I'm going to come back here to Excel, which is another reason why I use Excel for my IPO charts. And I'm going to create a desk check. And a desk check is used whenever we're doing math. And because Excel is great at manipulating and calculating numbers, is why I use Excel. Well, to do this desk check, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my inputs and I'm going to represent them in my algorithm. All right, so the edge is going to represent inputs. It's going to represent inputs, so there's my cell style. The surface area is going to be a calculation. And then this guy right here is going to represent the outputs. All right, so the calculation of the surface area, I'm going to use the power of Excel by creating the formula that takes the edge, whatever the user inputs as the edge, times the edge times 6. So now that I've created that formula, if I put 6 as my surface area or my edge, and then this is going to equal whatever that surface area is. So I now get 216. And because I know that this is the formula, and I'm a pretty good expert in Excel, and I've created this formula correctly, I now know that 216 should be the answer that I get for the surface area if I put in the edge of 6. So now what I can do is I can come back over here to my program, and I know I'm going to change this because my formula is incorrect. And when I run it, my surface cube is 6, and I get 216. If I come over here and I make this 10, I should get 600. So come back over here, run my program again, and this time I put in 10, and I should get 600. And now I'm confident that number 1, I don't have syntax errors, and number 2, I don't have any logical errors. I get a response, and it's the response that I am expecting. And that is the modified Kemp's version of the waterfall version of the software development process, and then the steps that I use to go through each of those phases of that software development process. Hope you enjoyed the videos and that you helped and that they helped, and happy programming.